Hey everyone, welcome to another video, and today's topic is very interesting. Well, it's not that regular video where you can jump from one timestamp to another to find out what's relevant for you. Please watch this entire video because this entire session is relevant for you. Because this will help you to understand yourself better. You will be able to analyze where you are and what you can do to become a better version of yourself. How to align your mind, body, soul in a great way. How to be in sync with the higher vibration of universe. So overall, this video is very important if you want to analyze your self-growth, how you need to transform yourself into the best version of yourself, how to improvise yourself with respect to physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspect. So today's topic is 7 planets and 7 channels of soul development. Now you might have heard about the term chakras. These are the 7 energy points, or you can say 7 energy channels present in the human body. Each chakra is like a wheel, constantly spinning and providing energy to us in order to maintain our vital functions. Now, these chakras are not just controlling over our physical state, but also our mental, emotional, and spiritual quotient. And by the term spiritual quotient, I don't only mean your ability to connect with the divine, but here spiritual quotient also means your soul progress, your soul level growth. So today, my major focus is to make you aware of the 7 chakras, the 7 channels in the human body, and how they are controlled by the 7 planets in Vedic astrology. Now, why we want to understand this relationship between the energy channels and the planets? Because it will give you a better understanding of your horoscope. You will be able to understand it in a great way, how each planet is controlling your life, how it's impacting you in 4 different ways: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual quotient. So these are the 4 aspects of our personality, of our lives. And when we understand how these chakras and planets are connected to each other, it will help us to understand ourselves in a great way. It will guide you how to heal yourself, how to incline spiritually, and how to focus on your wellness. So let's quickly understand the 7 channels of the soul development and how these 7 centers, energy centers, are ruled by the 7 different planets. So starting from the bottom, the very first chakra, the energy center, is the Mooladhara chakra, also known as the root chakra. It's located at the base of the spine. It radiates red light. Mooladhara itself means foundation. Moola means root, dhara means the flow. So this is the place from where starts our nadis, Ida, Pingala, and the Shushmana nadi. It's represented by a 4-petaled red lotus flower, and its ruling planet is Saturn. The signs associated to it is Capricorn and Aquarius. The prime function of this chakra is to attain the sense of foundation, stability, and security. It's all about survival, how one sticks to his or her plans and execute them. When this chakra is functioning in its normal way, it's balanced, it makes you feel grounded, independent, and you will be more stable, secured, happy, and accomplished in life. If this chakra is malfunctioning, this will make you more self-inflictive, sluggish, depressive. There will be low energy levels. You may have unrealistic expectations from life. You may feel unloved, as if you don't belong to this world, you belong to somewhere else. It could lead to failure at work, financial issues, and also you may have troubles on focusing on something, focusing on your goals. On physical level, it may create health issues associated to joints, arthritis, muscular pains, rheumatism, reproductive issues, allergies, or maybe health issues associated to blood and heart. So, if Saturn gets afflicted in the chart, it may lead to imbalance related to this chakra. If this chakra is over functioning, it makes one very dominating and egoistic. And if it's not functioning enough, it's weak, then it may make you quite fearful and shy. Just above the Mooladhara chakra, it is the second energy center known as the Swadishthana chakra or the Sacral chakra. Swa means self and Adhisthana means established. So yes, the Swadhisthana chakra is a lot associated to self-confidence and ease. It's placed above the Mooladhara chakra, but yes, it's situated below the navel in the pubic area. It radiates orange light and represented by a 6-petaled orange flower, ruled by planet Jupiter and associated to the zodiac signs Sagittarius and Pisces. And this is something which is deeply associated to wisdom, how we accept our past lessons and move ahead. So this is the chakra which helps us to accept our past lessons and transform them into wisdom. This energy center is also associated to sexuality, sensuality, creativity, joy, luck, compassion, pleasure, and also spiritual inclination. It defines our ability to expand in life with respect to health, resources, and finances. If this energy center is malfunctioning, it may lead to health issues related to urinary bladder, prostate, sexual ailments, health issues caused by liver, weight imbalance, hormonal issues. Of course, it is ruling over our entire endocrine system, so hormones may get affected. And with respect to your psychology, your mind, if this energy center is malfunctioning, it may lead to lack of love, creativity, passion to do things. You will be worried what others are thinking about you. There will be lack of compassion in your relationships. And especially this chakra gets malfunctioned when you face some kind of abuse in the childhood, especially sexual abuse. So it may lead to lack of interest in intimacy and compassion in a relationship. It directly hampers your adulthood. Just above the Swadhisthana chakra, you have the Manipura chakra, also known as the solar plexus chakra. It's located around the navel area, represented by a 10-petaled yellow flower. It's ruled by planet Mars, of course, associated to the sign of Aries and Scorpio. It's exactly located. Its area, its territory is between the navel to the hollow area between the ribs. This place holds on to our emotions. It is known as the seed of emotions, and that's why we call this as the Manipura chakra. Mani means jewel and Pura means city. So it is the city of jewels. Our emotions are so important. They can help us to incline higher. They can also hold us back, constantly bringing failures in life. So our emotions are like the jewels. So this chakra determines our inner strength. It's the center for positive and negative emotions both. If this chakra is working well, then you will be blessed with great energy, courage, strength, ability to work for justice, fight for the right things. It is providing you with ambition, perseverance. But if this chakra is malfunctioning, it leads to the negative emotions like aggression, cruelty, addiction, frustration, anxiety, worry. This chakra rules over our feelings. I want this, I want that. So it does have a connection to desire. It also determines the quality of our blood and how it gets detoxified. It rules over our thermodynamics, our body temperature. When this chakra is malfunctioning, it does trigger anger, worries, anxiety, and it also kills our energy, our productivity. It may lead to health issues related to liver, migraine, hypertension, GIT issues. GIT means gastrointestinal troubles, and kidney issues, diabetes, and of course it keeps you on edge, it keeps you angry, and it's not very good for our emotional well-being. Then just above the Manipura chakra, you have the Anahata chakra, also known as the heart chakra. Well, the term Anahata chakra comes from the term Anahat, which means protected, unhurt. Nothing can break or hurt this thing. Or maybe it was a reminder that this place, this center needs to be protected. Or it could be, if this center is strong, then no one can hurt you. Let's understand why this energy center is so important, so protective for us. Well, the heart chakra is located at the center of the chest, just front of your heart. It radiates green light made of 12-petaled green flower ruled by planet Venus. So of course it's associated to the sign of Taurus and Libra. So since this chakra is ruled by Venus, this means that this center is taking care of the matters of our heart, inner peace and balance. So this energy center is associated to the relationships in our life, the people around us. So this chakra may make you question what others are thinking about you or feeling about you. What are their expectations and how you can fulfill it? And also this chakra determines what are your expectations in a relationship. The higher emotion associated to this chakra is compassion, love, kindness, joy, gentleness, sensitivity, care, nourishment, and peace. And the lower emotion associated to the heart chakra is selfishness, lack of compassion, and love in relationships. So if this chakra is overactive, then you will be very compassionate and kind towards other people, and then these people will misuse your kindness. They will take advantage of your compassion and help. And if this center is less active, malfunctioning, that you might not be able to provide compassion to others. It can give failure in relationships. Either it makes one selfish, or one gets into a relationship with selfish people, or it may give an inability to express your love to others or to experience love in life. So some kind of imbalance is there. And with respect to your physical body, the heart chakra rules over your lungs, heart, and also thymus gland. It's the major center for immunity, and that's why it's said when you are hurt, when you're unhappy, when you are stressed, it directly hits your immunity, because whenever you are unhappy from a relationship, and overall when you feel stressed, you are in anxiety, it directly impacts your heart chakra, and which means it directly impacts your heart and your thymus gland. So instantly your immunity will go down. So definitely this chakra is associated to emotions, and any kind of malfunctioning may lead to inability to enjoy things, and any kind of malfunctioning may cause inability to experience love in this life, and physically it may lead to health issues like asthma, lung infection, respiratory distress, heart ailments, and anything associated to poor immunity. Now, just above the Anahata chakra, you have the Vishuddhi chakra, also known as the throat chakra. This chakra is ruled by planet Mercury, and it represents a lower mind, a lower emotions. It's located at the center of your throat. It's represented by 16 petaled blue flower. It radiates blue light. So yes, it's associated to Mercury, therefore, of course, it's connected by the sign of Gemini and Virgo. This chakra is all about our knowledge, higher creativity, thoughts, intelligence, communication, planning, and decisions. Vishuddhi means purification. It's our purification center. Our voice, our speech is so important, and it also rules over how you are expressing yourself to the world. What are you saying to others, and what kind of an impact this speech is creating? It rules over our throat, voice box, salivary glands, thyroid, parathyroid, lymphatic system. And if this gets malfunctioned, it may lead to thyroid hormone issues, goiter, sore throat, loss of voice, asthma, shoulder pain, or it's associated to any kind of a pain which is connected to the nervous tension. Why we call this chakra as the purification center? Because this is the outlet and intellect for many things. Like it's a very important place because we take food. The food passes from your throat down to your stomach. This is the place from where you are able to talk. So your food should be pure, your speech should be pure, and this is the key to more happiness and a more stable and prosperous life. Psychologically, if this energy center is weak, it heavily impacts on our planning. We will be unable to execute our goals, and even inability to have a strong mind and plan things for a better future. And if you are into the habit of overthinking, worrying about every small issue, then definitely this energy center will get affected. It will create shoulder pain, which is a result of nervous tension, emotional issues. So it's better to balance this energy center. Take care of what you say, and do not yell when you get angry. And of course, over worrying can cause a lot of damage, leading to so much of anxiety. Just above the throat chakra, we have the Agya chakra, also known as the third eye chakra, which is represented by a 96 petaled indigo purple flower. It radiates a bit of indigo and violet kind of a light, and though it's made of 96 petals, These petals are divided into two parts, so it is termed as a two-petaled flower. The one section is violet in color and the other section is yellow. So the third eye chakra is our command center. And once you reach to this level, you will have a great command on your emotions, your physical body, your mind and soul. If the Vishuddhi chakra, which was just below the Agya chakra, represents the lower mind, then the Agya chakra represents the higher mind. And this chakra is ruled by Sun and Moon both. So ruled by the sign of Cancer and Leo. This is the chakra which gives us the understanding of this world. It helps us to attain a great control on our mind and body. It gives access to the spiritual world. It provides ability to see the truth. It brings more intelligence, wisdom, and intellect. Also, it is that energy center of our body which rules over our inner perception, intuition. It rules over our understanding of this world. Also, it will help us to transform our inner perception and intuition into intellect. How to use your intuition in more of a practical manner. So that is why this is known as the command center of our body. And on a physical level, this energy center is associated to the pineal gland and nervous system. So yes, it determines our productivity, willpower, and wisdom. On a physical level, it rules over our nose, eyes, endocrine glands, brain, and this is the master chakra because it rules over our sleep as well. If there is some kind of a malfunctioning with respect to this chakra, it may lead to lack of sleep, lack of emotional control, poor judgment. On a physical level, it may lead to health issues associated to head, brain, endocrine troubles, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, psychological issues. So this is the place why we call this as a command center, because I have mentioned this earlier. From your Mooladhara chakra starts the Ida and the Pingla Nadi, and they finally meet over here at the Agya chakra. So this is why this energy center is so important. Since this chakra is ruled by both Sun and Moon, but it will be only Sun which can successfully bring more success with respect to the aspects of the Agya chakra. It can take you to a great level of higher understanding. Moon, if gets afflicted, Moon can throw you back to the square one. It will constantly push you to the failures. So it's very important first to make your Moon stronger, make your mind stronger, and then only you can incline to the level of Agya chakra. Our lower emotions, our emotional issues will never let us reach to the command center. So it's only the Sun which can take you to this level. The very last but yet the topmost chakra is known as the Sahasrara chakra, also known as the crown chakra, which is represented by 1,000 petaled violet flower. It radiates violet light, and it is not ruled by any planet. It's way beyond the planets, located at the top of the head.
It is the center of spiritual consciousness and divine oneness. It's all about uniting with the divine power and experiencing the eternal bliss. It's also associated to the spiritual enlightenment and connection with the cosmic consciousness. When one reaches to this level, one shows great kindness and love for other people, for all the beings in this world. This is a place which brings great self-realization, higher intuition. This is associated to our brain and the pineal gland. And when this energy center is malfunctioned, it leads to diseases associated to brain, psychological issues, bad judgment, difficulties related to nervous system. And this chakra is beyond the material world. If you are stuck in the material world, it's very difficult to get to this stage of happiness and eternal bliss. Now, before we look into an example and understand how these planets are determining our spiritual inclination and overall growth, how you can relate the planets with your energy centers, I want to tell you, in order to understand one's emotional, mental, and spiritual growth, there are two steps to it. The very first step is the intuitive approach, and the second one is horoscope interpretation. And if you skip the first step, then everything will go in vain. So, when you go to a doctor, what does he do? If you have an ailment or pain, he won't just directly, put you under a number of diagnostic examinations. Let's do this and that. First thing what a doctor does is that he will ask you, what is your chief complaint? What are you suffering from? And then slowly he will collect all of your past history. When did this happen? Since how long you are suffering from this? Any other symptom? He will assess your physical, mental, and emotional state. He will ask you about your habits, daily routine. So the very first thing is to ask the chief complaint of the concerned person.
And this is what I was talking about, our first step, the intuitive approach, where you have to sit and just talk to the concerned person. Ask this person, how are you feeling? What are your fears? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? How is your relationship with your loved ones, your family? What are your desires and expectations from life? Do you have any health issue? Ask about this person's past history, his work history. So you need to understand the concerned person's life. Just listen to them. Ask questions, understand their physical, mental, and emotional state. And by asking such questions, you will definitely reach to a conclusion. Which chakra is blocked, which planet is really acting in a very different way, not in a good way, which planet is strong, which planet is weak, which chakra is blocked. So by just listening to the person, you already have gained a lot of information and you exactly know what to see in your horoscope, where you have to look at. So this makes your step 2 a bit easy, because now you know what you are looking for and you will have a better understanding how that particular placement in the horoscope is functioning. So the second step, after attaining the social, emotional, and the past history of the person, understanding their lives in a better way, then we reach to the part 2, the step 2, and that is horoscope interpretation. And then we can simply understand how a planet is working. You might already have an idea, okay, this planet is doing something wrong, or this planet is strong, so you will directly look into that house. So this is how you have to interpret it. Now let's look into the horoscope of one of the most spiritual and knowledgeable soul, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa. When someone says the word spirituality, it's his name which comes to my mind first. I don't know why, but I just feel that spirituality means Ramakrishna Paramahansa, and his name equals to the term spirituality. So for now, just focus on the first house, especially the sun, moon in the first house. And here, moon is the sixth lord. It rules over the house of obstacles. I have told you earlier that it is the planets Sun and Moon which takes a soul towards the great bliss. They rule over the Agya chakra, the third eye chakra, and when one reaches to this level, it gives ability to reach to the different spiritual realms, the higher spiritual realms, and also a person is able to see the eternal truth, which is way beyond Maya, way beyond the material world. It's the yogis and highly spiritual people who often reach to this level of excellence, the level of third eye chakra, because they are able to overcome the darker side of moon. See, moon is the one who can throw you back to the square one. Whatever development you may have in life, it can just push you back again to the same place. It happens with everyone, right? There will be days when you will feel good about yourself, you will be happy, and you will feel, okay, I just overcame from my insecurities and fears. And then the second day, third day, you will get again triggered, and then you will just go back to the square one. So this is how moon regulates our lives. It happens in cycles. But what happens with extremely spiritual people, the yogis, well, they are able to overcome the obstacles given by moon. You know, just look at the moon every day, no matter from wherever you are looking at moon, whatever country you are in, you will be always looking at one side of moon. It's only the one face of moon which is visible to the entire world, but the other side of moon is always in darkness, and we cannot see that phase of moon. So this means that we all have shadow personalities where the light of sun cannot reach. That's why I say that moon rules over our basic instincts. If you haven't watched my 3 elements of human mind video, do watch it. It will really help you to understand how the moon functions. So moon rules over our very raw nature, our shadow aspects of personality. And with spiritual inclination, you can overcome the challenges of moon. From a very young age, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa underwent deep spiritual experiences, absolutely absorbed and soaked into devotion towards the divine power, especially towards Goddess Kali. Just look at that moon, sixth lord in the first house, Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra. Moon is literally sitting on the back of the flying horse Pegasus. It just wants to fly away from reality, from the real world, much inclined to the realms of Jupiter, the divine cosmic realms. And then we have the ascendant, Sun, Mercury, all of them in Satabhisha Nakshatra. And look at the Lord of Satabhisha, so well placed in Taurus. So these placements are bringing a great potential to become a brilliant healer, philosopher, and spiritual guide to others. But yes, moon is a bit of obstacle because it is the sixth lord. So it is creating escape from the reality. One doesn't want to be the part of the real world. So indeed, moon became an obstacle for Ramakrishna Paramahansa because moon means family. Okay, so his family members were quite worried, as if he is turning out to be crazy, too crazy. He's unable to focus on the real life. So they thought that marriage could bring a relief. If he gets married, everything will be fine. He will be back to normal. But it didn't happen that way. Because definitely here in the horoscope, sun ruling over a Kendra house, place in a Kendra house. So sun is stronger. And also there is one more factor which gave a lot of strength to planet moon so that he can overcome the obstacles of moon. And the secret is look into Saptamsha. Well, in this modern era of our ancient astrology, we are too busy focusing on the nakshatras of the divisional charts. But rarely, someone talks about the Amsha rulers, the deities of the divisional charts. Have you ever wondered why Prashara has elaborately talked about the deities, the codes, the Amsha rulers of divisional charts? Because yes, they hold a very deep meaning. And now you will understand what I'm talking about. Just look at the placement of moon in Saptamsha and you will really understand how the deities are impacting our lives. In the Saptamsha division, his moon is in Cancer, 4th house, ruled by the deity Madhya. Madhya means intoxication. Now look into the Rashi chart. Saturn is beautifully exalted in Libra, 9th house, the house of Guru. So indeed, he had a guru, a woman who guided him in the path of spirituality. So she said that Ramakrishna is not suffering from any kind of psychological issue. It's not the mental madness. He is suffering from the spiritual madness, and it's not suffering, I would say. He is intoxicated in the state of love for the divine, especially the goddess. So moon in the 6th house is pulling back Ramakrishna into the reality of life, the different duties of life. But the moon in the Saptamsha is making him intoxicated in the love for higher power. I always call the Saptamsha as the biochemistry center in the horoscope because it defines our spiritual and emotional state. There are total 7 Amsha rulers, and from low to high, they will define your life. They will define how the planets are working. So the lowest one is Shar. Shar means salt. Then above it we have Shira, which means milk. Then above from this we have Dhadi, which means curd. Then we have Ajyam, it is ghee, the clarified butter. Then above it we have Ikshu, which means the sugarcane juice. Then we have Madhya, which is wine, intoxication. And number 1, the best state is Shuddha Jal, the clear water, pure water. So in case of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa, his moon is ruled by Madhya. It is the second best state for a planet. It's intoxicated in love with the higher power, intoxicated by spirituality. And this was actually figured out by his guru. So that's why he was able to succeed in his spiritual journey. There is one story about Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa which completely defines the nature of moon in our lives, how it always brings a cycle of happiness, unhappiness, and whatever development we do see, it just brings you back to the square one. So there was the time when he was trying to save a scorpion from drowning. He saw a scorpion struggling in the river water, so he just attempted to save that scorpion. So the moment he lifted up, that scorpion just stung him in the hand, and immediately he dropped that scorpion into the water. Now, second time again, he tried to save that scorpion, and the same thing repeated. Again, that pain, and again, that scorpion was dropped back into the river water. So, third time, what he did, he used a twig to, bring that scorpion to the edge of the river, to the side of the water body, so that he can be saved. So one of his disciple asked him, he caused you so much of pain, then why did the second time you tried to lift it up and try to save it? So he replied to his disciple that it was the nature of the scorpion to sting. It will cause pain because it is under fear. But my nature is to help, and I cannot leave that. It's my duty to help, and I will continue to do what is right, what is my nature is all about. So if moon throws you back to the square one again and again, it's your nature. You should be so spiritually inclined that you are always ready to move ahead, always ready to make a comeback in life. So guys, that's all for today's video. Do take care of yourself. Goodbye.